Toro back again, feeling feisty. So this is the Dark Rumgate. Nuka Rumgate? Really? Rumgate? So, you know, I've seen the whole thing in the bottle, and they advertised the bottle, and you got like a plastic outer sleeve with a regular old, you know, rummy bottle in the middle, and it's $80, and I'm like, oh, God! I mean, you can go and get like some knockoff spiced rum for like, you know, $20, and they're charging you $80. Now, the thing about the manufacturer of the bottle that they actually showed you is those fins and all that stuff. They're going to have a lot of breakage. They probably predicted, hey, if we can do the bottle, we can do the Nuka bottle, but because of shipping and moving around and stuff like that, those fins are going to crack, and there's going to be a lot of breakage and a lot of refunds and a lot of returns. Somebody suggested, look, let's get a nice standard rum bottle and we'll encase it in a plastic outer sleeve, and there'll be a lot less breakage, and they still get the look and the whole thing. All right. So again, it is a bait. It is bait and switch. You know, in this particular case, and again, sometimes I wonder how like a business like Bethesda and ZeniMax get to be the size they do without following standard business practices. Again, if you put in there, product may vary, product material may change. I mean, little type that nobody reads, that nobody can see, as long as it's there, you know, I mean, even if you just put it visibly, it's supposed to be visible. So if you put it visibly on the ad somewhere, like the material may change, but you're totally safe. You're totally safe. And the customers can grumble and moan and request a refund or whatever. But at least you put some kind of disclaimer in there. So now it's Rumgate. Now it's Rumgate. Now customers are dissatisfied because they're getting a cheap outer sleeve. People wanted the bottle, like the Skull vodka or tequila. I think it's tequila, right? That's in like in a Skull. That like, Sammy Hagar makes it or somebody, something. But it's like that crap is outrageous because it comes in a specialty bottle. I've seen it for like $100, or I've seen it for $80. I've seen it for $124. Just the Skull bottle, and it's just booze in there. I mean, it's not, you know, it's freaking tequila. Great. I mean, again, you want to buy the Skull, you want to feel like a big deal and spend a bunch of money. Okay, all right, you know. I don't know if I'm going to hate on Bethesda as hard as the bag. To me, the bag was a bigger deal than the bottle. The bag was a bigger deal because that was a collector's edition for the game. I think you're at risk. Like if you're buying booze off Bethesda, if you're, you know, again, and the reason that none of the bottling companies, if you wonder why you never see a Nuka-Cola bottle or that kind of stuff. Now they could come out with they did come out with, you know, Jones came out with Quantum as a limited edition, which was great. You couldn't keep that stuff in too. That stuff was just gone. Okay? And nobody's drinking it. Everybody's saving it and holding it. But with the rum, I don't know, man. It kind of is what it is. You can't leave it. No, you know, I saw where like the container is flush with the lip of the bottle, and you're not going to be able to like pour it like that. You're not. You have to take it out of the sleeve, pour the rum, and everybody's like, "Well, it's the bottle. It's the bottle." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the reason they didn't do the fins is when they and this is the slap dash. This is where I'm going to do a little of rough up Bethesda a little. They are slapdash with their stuff. Their marketing and their promos, again, if you don't put a disclaimer in there that says, oh, you know, material may change. If you don't do any of these are standard business practices that protect companies that actually have to consider real liability risk. Bethesda acts like they're not even treated the same way as other companies. As if they have some kind of exemption from being held accountable for standard consumer law. Because, again, if you put a glass bottle and you don't put a disclaimer in there that says, well, it may change, or, product may change, or material may change, which is so easy to do. And for most companies that have been burned before, it has just become standard operating procedure when you go from pilot advertising collateral to final product. Stuff goes sideways. Boats don't show up. Materials go up in cost. Fuel prices change the value of certain things, and you have to move. You have to reconfig. So when you put those disclaimers in there, it allows for the realities of the world to go on and to take place, and to notify the customer that, hey, this hasn't been manufactured yet. See, that's the thing. If it's manufactured, it is what it is, and the advertising collateral is based on it, you're at less risk. But if you've piloted it, and you've gotten your sample, and you're like, oh, we really all like that. That's great. Take the picture, put it in the magazine, put it online, send it to everybody. Nuka Dark, Nuka Dark, Nuka Dark, Nuka Dark, Nuka Darky Thug Money. If you do that, right? If you do that, and stuff changes, you're boned. You're boned. It's like you have to alert the consumer. If you don't build it into the advertising collateral, when your prototype, again, when you get, and see, that's where I don't think Bethesda understands that. Like, everybody buys their stuff so rapidly and so completely, like they can't barely put it out there. Like the little Pip-Boy that holds a controller, but it's sold out instantaneously. Nobody's worried about the quality of the little Pip-Boy holding a controller. I tried to get one for the holidays. Gone. When they came out with the red Nuka Christmas ornament that I wanted really bad, I waited one day. I'm like, I'm going to go to work. I'll come back home and I'll order it. Gone. Should have ordered it right then and there. Had it in the cart. I unloaded the cart. I'm like, I'll deal with it when I get, boom, gone. That's how popular their crap is, their swag is. So they think they're exempt from normal, normal marketing, public relations, liability risk, consumer law. They think they're exempt. They're like, hell, every time we put something out, it's just zoom, gone. And they are arrogance, and they are slapdash. So they got the prototype of the bottle, and somebody came to them and said, if you try to ship all these bottles with these little glass fins on them, you're going to have like 30-40% breakage. You're going to have all of these refunds. It's going to be a fiasco. You have to do something else. You have to put the bottle in something, close it in. And they used a cheap plastic outer container. To be honest, it was probably the right move from a loss and a shipping perspective to use plastic and to have it as a sleeve instead of having the bottle be the glass bottle. Because shipping glass bottles with 4 relatively thin glass fins, when they're jostling around and they're on the lifter and they're being stacked on pallets by guys that are making, $9 an hour, boom, boom, boom. When you take in the realities, and I've been at the ground level of logistics, and when you have materials like that, ceramics, glass, even when you do everything right, you have a very high percentage of breakage. The reason they did that is somebody in logistics, after it went to marketing, after it got prototyped and approved, somebody from logistics came to them and said, if you try to ship these like this, some very practical and very professional logistics person told them, don't do it. That's why you don't see the Nuka Bomb bottles in Coca-Cola. Nobody's doing a limited edition with the special Nuka bottle, because you can't ship it and have it whole like that. Unless it's of some other material. It will not, half of them. And again, here's the thing, when you ship, if you did it like Coke, where you had 6 in a thing, if one's broke, the whole thing goes back. You know, the whole unit is bad. Nobody's gonna, oh, there's one broken, give me the other one. Oh, 3-4 of them are broken, man. All right, well, let me get that one. I mean, it's a freaking mess. It's a freaking mess. And that's why you don't see it. That's why you don't see like Nuka-Cola in the bottle, because you just can't do it. It's impractical to do it. Unless you go plastic. If you go plastic, it's okay. And I don't understand why they haven't done that yet, because there's plastic Coke bottles out there. Why don't they just do plastic? You know, they could come out with their own drink line. I don't know why they don't do that. But anyway, as far as, is it bait and switch? Yes. Is it as bad as the bag? No. Did they pull the same thing? Yeah. Is it lazy and slapdash like their game? Yeah. So that's my rant on Rumgate. You know, and it's like everything is, it's so bad. When I looked at that, it's so bad with Bethesda at the end of this year that I'm just like, Rumgate is kind of like, I don't know. I would be interested in that product too. I would be interested in that. I don't drink, but I would like to just have it. And you know, if it goes on sale, see, here's the thing. I'll wait till the scandal's over and let them drop the price down to $49.99, $39.99, and I'll think about it. But our $80 for a plastic Nuka-Cola sleeve on a bottle of rum, dude? Nah, I don't think so. That price point was wrong, man. And I think if they didn't do the bottle, they should have came down to like 50 or 60. They should have cut the price by at least $20, brought it down to $60. That's the other thing that Bethesda doesn't do, because they don't have to. In their mind, they don't feel that they have to knock price. They had to do it on Fallout 76 because they were going to get sued. Their lawyers told them to drop the price because the game was so incomplete. Their lawyers told them, this is literally fraud. You sold a game that was supposedly a complete product for full retail. You will be sued, blued and tattooed. So they cut the price in half. They had to, because they gave you half a product. So now they can stand before the judge and say, well, when we understood that the game was in this condition, we dropped the price half price. They took a major step, and that's what the judge would have ordered them to do. And process massive refunds. So instead of processing the majority of the refunds, they just said, okay, we'll slash the price. Because they had to do it. The reason they didn't drop the price in the rum is they don't feel that they had to. Their products sell like mad. I'm one of their customers. They ask a premium for their products. They sell like mad. Their sales occasionally are good. But with the rum, I'm like $80. When I saw the price point on it, I'm like, oh man. That's why these people are pissed. They don't mind paying $80 or $125 for a crystal skull full of tequila, because it's cool. They wanted that bottle, baby. Nobody's ever gonna drink the rum. That's why they're pissed. That's why they're pissed. I like the plastic outer sleeve. I actually think it looks pretty cool. But would I feel gypped? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not for 50. Not for 50, maybe not even for 60. I would have put up with Bethesda. It's kind of like Bethesda BS syndrome, you know? I would have put up with it for the 60, but for $80, for 80, I want the bottle, man. For 80, I want the bottle. This is LVA Toro. Fancy action now. Rumgate, peace out. Incoming 2019. See you soon.